Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we sometimes look at sus-looking projects. No, I'm kidding. So we look at crypto projects and we ask ourselves, should we be investing in this? Today we're going to be looking at Catboy. If saying the name out loud is funny. If you guys like what I do on this channel, please do consider liking and subscribing, as well as if you are interested in commenting, please have a look at that commenting link down below. Okay, cool. So just to begin with, just as a thing, so I'm going to link it up in the top right hand corner. I do have a video talking about Catgirl. So I'll link that up in the top right if you want to watch that. But this is Catboy. So yes, we're going to be looking at a few things today. We're going to be looking at some analytics, some on-chain analysis. We're going to be going through some social stats regarding Twitter. And we'll also do our standard rating at the end. Alright, so this is going to be a fun video, guys. Let's have fun with this one. Catboy, what can we see? So it says that that its rank is 3,000, its market cap is about 5 million. So that's a-okay. In terms of where the price has gone, actually we'll look at this on PooCoin, because this is a better example. So we'll do it in a bit of a funky order. So as we can see, so this says the 13th of March, and actually, this one's from earlier. I take that back. Let's actually use this one instead. So this one's from the 3rd of March, if we keep going. So it's been sort of pretty standard around the 00, and then boom, we have a very impressive thing going on there. I decided to add that little cat thing into my videos, by the way. Let me know if you guys like that or if it's like annoying. I quite like it, because yeah, so you could be getting a fabulous 10x. Anyway, if you had invested like a few days ago, so just sort of bear that in mind. And then if you had sold at that 0, so actually you'd essentially still be at the level of a 10x, because when we were down here we were at 004. And up here we are now sitting at above 004. So yeah, so you definitely would have gotten a 10x. So the exchanges which it's currently on is on PancakeSwap. So that is a-okay. The source code. So this is the source code. As you can see, so Catboy Finance came straight directly from the source code right here. So it's very nice to know that it's open source. Telegram. So unfortunately your boy is also banned from Telegram as well. I will have another video up in the top right hand corner if you guys want to actually hear a little bit more about why I got banned or what the heck happened with that. So yes, I can't actually look at the Telegram, which is unfortunate really. Yes, they do actually have a proper logo, by the way. It's not just like a yeah, we'll wait for that to load soon. So let's keep going. In terms of, yep, I'm just going to exit out of that. So in terms of the holders, it doesn't look like there is any, like, a huge amount which is going to be able to sort of rug pull on us, which is very nice. So I mean, we do have 2 wallets, so 4% and 3%, but none of these are really that threatening, to be honest. I mean, the top wallet is a smart contract, and the 4th wallet, that would be a liquidity pool. So honestly, it seems pretty good / pretty safe in regards to that. So it seems really spread out or quite equal, which is fabulous. BSC check, let's have a look. So it does say that it has a buy tax and a sell tax of 11%. Now if we actually have a look on their website, they do actually explain this. Sorry, I take that back, it's actually in their white paper. So they say that 6% is used for marketing, 2% is used for liquidity pool, 1% is used for development / staking pool, and the other 2% is used for the team, which 2% is one of the lowest amounts that I've ever seen for a team, so it's pretty incredible. But keep in mind that, so that means that like each time you buy or sell, 2% of whatever you are buying or selling does go to the team. So it's 2% not as a holder, but 2% as individual transactions. So yeah, just to give you guys an idea of that jazz. So yes, 11% is definitely on the higher mark. So being above 10, I mean both Token Sniffer and BSC check sort of have like a have like a kind of like orange or red thing around it, because it is quite high. It doesn't mean that it's bad, it just means that it is quite high. So div wallets, it says div address is 2%, and then so the other is a contract, which isn't that bad. It says suspect function detected. Trading could be blocked, similar to a honeypot after a while. We will be having a look into a little bit of details on Moonarch as well. Token Sniffer, I believe, didn't pick up anything in regards to that though, but Moonarch should give us some ideas as to maybe what BSC check is actually picking up. So in terms of the LP info, so it says that they have 84%, which is locked via pink lock. And it says that their liquidities are 263, but we'll just quickly jump to PooCoin just to have a look. So it says that there's currently $210,000 available in the liquidity pool, which is quite a lot. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, so that is a-okay. In top holders, it does mention these guys, but remember, none of them are above 5%, so it's not really that risky if, let's say, they were to potentially sell. So once again, not a honeypot. Verify contract source, no price, similar token contracts. Now this was a bit surprising because when I sort of thought of Catboy, I was thinking, oh, you know, like it's like one of those like meme like scat coins or whatever. So I was sort of thinking like it kind of comes under the realm of that. But I'm kind of thinking that maybe it doesn't, because it literally, Token Sniffer didn't pick up any similar token contracts. And so that really surprised me. I was like, all right, well, maybe these guys are like very original and authentic when it comes to that jazz. So it says that the owner has not been renounced, and also BSC check says the same thing as well. So it is still under ownership, which, as I say, it could possibly mean for disabling selling change fees or mint new tokens, but we'll see what Moonarch says specifically regarding that. So owner/creator wallet 0.04%. So this is 0.04, whereas BSC check did say 2%. But keep in mind that this would have been probably done yesterday, something like that. Yes. So adequate liquidity present, we know that. And so once again, we have the confirmation of it being locked via pink lock, but this one says 85%. So that's fine. We'll see what Moonarch says. It's interesting how Moonarch didn't actually pick up that liquidity lock though, so I am sort of like curious about why that is. But keep in mind, according to this, it says that it's only going to be locked for 30 to 96 days. So when that gets unlocked, then that could cause for like mass selling, and then this could go from having this amazing moment right there down to looking like a sad boy, because then you'll be going back down to 0.004. Yes, so anyway, moving on. Moonarch, so once again, 200,000 in liquidity. It says that 96% of it is unlocked and 3% of it is actually in the liquidity, 85% locked. Which is interesting. So 85% locked, but it doesn't list it down here. It's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. And unlocked is 14%. Now when we have a look on the right hand side here, so Catboy can change fees. Now one thing which I was looking at regarding this was this right here. So they actually posted this according to my time. So my time, it's like 4 hours after then. No, it's a bit longer than 4, like 6 hours almost. Something like that. No, 7 hours. Anyway, so they said big marketing announcement plus 0% tax. PooCoin ads today/tomorrow, new articles, big Series A partnership, SpaceX billboard. So it would be interesting to sort of see what sort of partnership comes through. If anybody is going to be following this, please feel free to actually comment that down below, because that could be quite interesting. SpaceX billboard. Do wonder what that possibly is. And also, a part of my question would be, why initially would they have released it with an initial 11% transaction fee if they were just gonna re-drop it down to 0%? So I'm sort of like, okay, what's kind of going on with that, man? So yeah, not entirely sure why, but keep in mind that because they can pretty much change fees like without any notice, essentially, that means that this does have the potential risk to be a honeypot. And the reason why I say that, because there are some other things which sort of make me think that could essentially happen, which would mean that you guys would be having your sort of money being rug pulled, would be because like a bunch of the information is kind of behind walls, I'm gonna say. Yeah, so they can change the fees, and yeah, which could mean that if you try to sell your tokens, for instance, they could charge you like 96% fee, which means that the token would have had to have gone up by like 96% in order for you to have made any profit, which, yeah, that's very hard. So other sort of things as well. I did see these, and usually Moonarch gives us sort of like a little warning, kind of like a little honeypot risk like that, but it didn't do it for these two, but I feel as though it possibly could be a sort of risk. So one of them being set max transaction absolute. To me, how I kind of read that, and remember I'm not a developer or anything, is that they could essentially be like, hey, you can only sell like one Catboy every like 12 hours or something like that, right? So so I believe it is possible to do something like that, or you can only sell like one at a time, for instance. So I believe that is a potential risk, even though Moonarch doesn't mention anything about it. It also says take fee modifies balances, beware of hidden mint, so that's also quite interesting as well. And it also says owner can blacklist addresses, which also says that it can be a honeypot risk. This one I'm not as concerned about, but you know, I mean, still has the potential for that. But yeah, so there are just sort of a few things within the contract code which sort of make me be just a bit sussy about it, just a bit fishy. Let's have a look at the actual, so these are the Twitter stats. So according to this, so it says that they currently have 7,000 followers. This was done when they actually had 4,000 followers, unless of course I just haven't refreshed. Nope, so that's correct. So it says in the last 30 days they've had 2,000 followers, but as you can see, it's sort of been going up and down here and there. So most of that sort of 2,000 happened on the 17th, which was that when this token was made? No, so this token age is only from the 1st of March, actually. So it only really got released around the 1st of March, and they lost age. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, so Thursday, which is, according to me, yesterday, but according to you guys, it's probably today maybe. They have got an extra 481 followers, but keep in mind that they've actually probably gotten a few extra thousand, because it says here that they have 7,800 followers, and whereas this says that they've only got 4,300. So keep in mind that these actual stats are probably going to be a bit delayed in that regard. But yeah, not exactly sure what sort of caused the crazy outburst, apart from the fact that maybe like the whole like buy/sell fees has probably been causing an extra bit of things. So, wow. Sorry. Yeah. So it looks like there are honestly a bunch of comments. So in terms of this, in terms of like shill comments, I mean, there's nothing which is sort of crazy obvious in terms of like people's profiles and everything. Like, I mean, a lot of them include this thing right here. A lot of them include the sort of like $100 thing. So I've seen a bunch of these profiles having the exact same like $200, $100, $50, $150. You saw one just there before. $150, $100. So I'm sort of wondering like what's kind of going on with that. Not sure what's sort of happening, but to me that sort of does speak a bit about potential bot comments, but I wouldn't say that there is enough evidence to say that these are bot comments, although if we have a look at a bunch of these red pictures, another of these MM, oh no, that's what it stands for. Oh boy, I'm not going to read that one out loud. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I don't know, dude. I think these are possibly bot comments. I think it's probably best to go with worst case scenario and say that they probably are bot comments. But I mean, if you guys were actually like okay with worst case scenarios, you probably wouldn't have invested in crypto in the first place. So yeah, yes. So if you are okay with worst case scenarios, then here you are. Yeah. So I would say in terms of that, it's okay. It doesn't look like there's any crazy bot comments there. And this is a little thing, a Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg with K's. Oh, I thought that was so funny. Yeah, and a lot of things mention this thing right here. So 1 cent, 1 cent army, altcoin, Shiba army, or Shibami. Shib army, yes. Shiba, and then so there's a bunch of those comments. So I'm sort of wondering, I don't think that yeah, I don't think that those are actually paid bot comments from Catboy. I think that those are probably just like actual proper like spam comments from some random thing. But yes, I do think that according to this, there is definitely some level of spam comments, especially when you have a look at that sort of jazz as well. So yes, when we have a look at the Google Trends now, if I just typed in Catboy by itself, in fact, I'll give you guys an example of what that actually looks like. I mean, like, because you know, like Catboy is probably something different than Catboy Crypto. So you know, Google Trends is not exactly the best place to rely on when it comes to this, but you know, apparently most of the searches happened on the 3rd of March for whatever reason. So there's probably some big update on the 3rd of March, which would have been 2 days after this would have been released. So this is their website. I believe that all of these links work, so that is fabulous. 10 out of 10 for that, guys. They've also got like a little video. So apparently this is like the founder edition phase, which is okay, I guess. And so you can get like trading cards, and you get a 0.1% of getting a legendary and a 1% of getting a rare, and then something, or like 1% of an epic and all that jazz. So yeah. They do say staking. I haven't seen anything talking about what the staking rewards actually would be, so that's kind of interesting, I guess. And actually this goes through a bit of the tokenomics themselves. So they say development, liquidity, marketing, and team, and they talk a little bit about that. So I'm sort of wondering about what they're actually going to do when it comes to when it actually comes to their website, because that kind of goes against the update which we had, which was plus 0% tax. Maybe that's like a temporary thing. Maybe everybody's going to buy in, and then suddenly they go and practically lock you up because, you know, like they go and increase the fee like wildly. But we don't know yet. So this is the roadmap here. They talk phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and long-term vision. So they have charity for solving world problem. What is the world problem, I wonder? Yeah, so you can like get like NFT chibis. So the world of Catboy. Welcome to the world of Catboy, where you can buy the Founders Edition booster packs, mint and unique. That should be mint a unique profile picture and chibi companions to prepare for a Catboy adventure ahead. Gosh. Can't believe I'm reading this out. What have I come to? But you can mint Chibi, and you can get like the Saikun edition and Founders edition. Yeah, so one thing about the roadmap is that it doesn't tell us which phase we're at. It doesn't tell us what has actually been done. So that's pretty annoying, to be honest, because it would be nice to maybe have an idea of when they want to complete these by. Because I mean, phase 1 could be like this year, but then phase 2 could be like 2026, right? I mean, I'm not saying that they are going to do that, but it would be nice maybe we could have like some exact dates. For instance, this sort of goes through a bit of the cards which you can get. So trading card characters, and so you can see what that's about. What is Catboy? You guys can have a pause and read of that jazz, but essentially you get like access to like exclusive things or what have you. And then so they talk about the abstract, preface, compliance. This white paper was done on February 2022. I couldn't find any AMAs or interviews with these guys, and they say partners. I wouldn't really call these guys partners. Like these are just kind of like places where you can like find information. So that doesn't really make them a partner, but maybe they could be considered a partner. And what else? So they have a disclaimer, official token, and and also Zo's Russ Studio. Don't really know what that's like. Let's check this bad boy out. So essentially these videos are just like the things which are pretty much already listed on the website. Catboy profile pictures. Yes, I mean the art is pretty good, to be honest. I mean it's pretty high quality art. And I don't know what these are. These, I think, are these chibis? The little Catboy companions. Oh my gosh. So yes, let's do a review of this. So functional website, yes, very functional. Now there was something which I did read somewhere. Oh, it was one of the Twitter posts. So when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh. I'll see if I can refind it for you guys. It was this one right here regarding the 0% tax. So when I read this, it says buy Catboy Truff, the multi-chain brag with ETH Sol. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think one thing which I admire is good punctuation, good spelling. So yes, that would be kind of cool to be able to do that. But functional and clean website / media. I mean, all of it seems pretty good, other than that one Twitter thing which we did see. And so this is pretty solid. I'll give them about an 8 for that. It would be nice to maybe see like a bit of maybe a bit of information in terms of the team and stuff. But I mean, I don't think Shiba Inu has like any docs team neither. So. Look what happened with that jazz. So any threatening big boy holders? We haven't really seen anything regarding that. I wouldn't say that these are really threatening. So I'll give them maybe like I'll give them like an 8. It's not the most perfect, but it's all right. Paid bot comments. Now there's possibly those paid bot comments which we saw there. But other than that, I'm gonna give them maybe like we'll give them like a 4. Because yeah, I think that some of those other ones were actually the extra paid bot comments to, you know, help them get off the ground. But yeah, the other sort of posts which I saw, I really didn't see any sort of like what seemed to be paid bot comments, so that was pretty good. Is the token coin / distribution fee? They don't actually tell us. They don't tell us how much is actually going to be for who. But I don't think that they have any kind of great / crazy token allocation. So because I don't know, I'm gonna mark this one as not applicable because we don't actually know that yet. Yes, and it can kind of be answered under the threatening big boy holders. Solid roadmap, not really. I'm gonna give them like a 2. It doesn't really tell us much. I mean, it kind of just feels like it more uses buzzwords. Staking platform, release marketplace, bigger community, partnerships, cat donation. Yeah. So the roadmap, I mean, it's good and standard, but it would be nice to maybe see some ticks, maybe see some dates, maybe see what's completed, maybe see how far through the completion would be, so that could be helpful. Trusted things. So once again, it's on PancakeSwap, so we give it a 3. Is the team doxed? Nope, we know nothing. Any interviews? Nope. Any relevant? Nope. Although actually, to be honest, according to the actual art, like the art looks pretty heckin' cool. In terms of whoever drew these, so they actually drew them in like a really high quality sort of way, which, you know, I can appreciate a good artist. So I'll give them a 3. Okay, I was going to give them a 1, but because we can actually see some of the art which has actually been done, and that the website is pretty heckin' slick / clean, it's pretty solid. Yes, and any notable partnerships? No. So these guys get a 2-star, pretty standard, 31 out of 90. Yes, so that's what they get. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is my Patreon. If you guys want to request anything, please consider becoming my CSI advocate. We have 1 patron. Whoop whoop. I'm going to be doing a video for them at some point. I have messaged them, and so we're just having a bit of correspondence. So hope that I can get that out to you guys shortly. Once again, if you guys do like what I did on this video, please do consider liking and subscribing, as well as if you are interested in commenting, once again, please do have a read of that little grey box down the bottom before commenting. And yeah, I really hope that you guys come back in the future and that we can keep creating a wonderful community. All right, much love.